you know, if he likes to save his op and be passive, it's going to be more so now that he's low on health. flusha felt the pressure, deploys an early defensive smoke.
Run boost attempted, but Jame actually did get tagged down to 23. I like the idea of the run boost. Always fun to see. And now more of a standard type setup here for Fnatic, I would say. 3 in the A yard, golden and... Oh, they're starting to fall really far back. So they're really going to be retaking that B-bomb side if it comes to it. Brolin again in main, not even reloading. 14 bullets left, and he's going to keep pushing. He's just so aggressive. No, surely not going to be going for the smoke, is he?
Please do it. Please do it. Please do it.
He's on the other side. It's just faded now. Anymore. They're not going to check it. They just run right through.
Oh, there's the first.
He's out of control. Adren will take him down finally, but he called in this. This is an incredibly aggressive Brolin that we're seeing.
Yeah, I like it. It's very stylistically appropriate for Fnatic. Kickert's gonna take control of T main, or some semblance of control. flusha's right on top, doesn't even realize it, doesn't notice it. Kickert had a chance, but Golden stops it before anything else can build. 8-2.
Man, they are they're really getting beat up. Fnatic 6 rounds ahead, and I mean their economy is not even building as much as maybe you would have expected. Is that the silver line that if we draw from this? Is that the shining light in front of VP right now? Is the fact that they could beat Fnatic, you know, 2 rounds in a row here, and then they'd have a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I think the other side of that same coin is the fact that while the economy, they're grinding it down and they're doing a pretty good job, none of the rounds have been actually close. They've all been like really superficial frags that all they really do is the economic damage. But again, that doesn't matter if you can't actually win a round. And we haven't seen them in a winnable post plant in some time. We haven't seen them in any kind of like a clutch with, you know, 2-on-2, 3-on-3 or anything. So yeah, you have the money low, but you're not showing that you can get to the point where you can actually break it.
Yeah, that's a fair point as well. Jame getting double naded down at the bottom of Ivy. That must have been a little bit uncomfortable. Again, I guess when he's the orb, it matters a slight bit less. But they have 1 smoke left on the VP side, so that had better be a really good smoke, Jason.
Better be the god tier smoke. Oh, they're gonna push into flusha, but he is a master at this, and he's got Krims in a perfect bait. Krim's hearing the footsteps and the scope up top. He's going to call that out to his teammates, but JW is already holding the angle. He's going to peek wider. That's so dangerous for JW. He had the information, but he really wanted that duel. Now the possibility opens up of a readjustment for VP back to the outer bomb site.
Yeah, they're thinking about it because Sanji's over there at Ivy, and he's been looking in that whole time. So if they could get 3 people out of Pop Dog, they could absolutely do some damage to Golden right here. And he's spotted them now with the M4. 25 seconds left. Sanji goes down. That's an important kill for Brolin to get. He's going to continue to pick it up. He is a monster right now. They're going to go for the bomb plant, and finally Brolin is taken down. Now it's a 2-on-2, and flusha, even low on health, still being incredibly mobile with that MP9. But what could he really do? It's going to be maybe Krims coming out of Pop Dog here could do anything. They're both looking for him, though. Look at the setup.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is brutal. This kind of a peek from Krims, and he would surely go down, and that's a perfect smoke. They have the idea of where he's coming from, and Fnatic may actually want to save this. We just talked about their economy situation. This is the best opportunity for VP to take a round, shatter the economy, and get a chance for a win. Krims trying to provide some distraction with gunfire to allow flusha to get out of the smoke. It's not even close to being successful. That's a 3rd round for VP. And this gets interesting here, because as much as it's been dominant for Fnatic, now virtuspro can close this gap. If they can just actually complete their economy reset, they have an opportunity for a decent half to salvage what they can.
Yeah, I think this is you know, the big moment they've built for themselves. Only Krim surviving with a rifle. It's going to cost Fnatic a whole lot to rebuy into this round. In fact, the most after the buy they have is 350 on Krims. So if there was a chance here to make Scrawny excited about, you know, about his pick, then now is it for VP. Probably the last chance they'll have in this half, I expect.
None of that connecting. Pretty standard so far. VP all clumped together above ladder at the moment. This is going to be an inner hit. It looks like a slight fake will be thrown by Sanji. I don't think anyone from fnatic is going to get fooled by that. There is a player in ladder room to spot that out very early on. That's going to be Brolin, and Crims is doubled up, so they could actually have a huge flank. And I think this is doubled up because there's no other information anywhere on the map. Great kill from Adren.
That was actually such a smart play from flusha. I think he just walked right into the crosshair, but I think he could have caught at least one off guard there. Golden bumping into Yakandar inside of the smoke, but Jane will take care of it. He just saw the feet, and that's the round. I actually think there was a good chance flusha could have taken one, maybe both, and that would have shut down the round. I think I almost want to watch that from Adren's point of view. I bet he just walked in, and Adren was like, you know, he had that like jumping kitten moment where he was like, oh god, there's someone on my screen, and then he just pulled the trigger and killed him.
Jumping kitten moment.
I don't know. I've never had cats myself, so just from what I know on the internet.
I know what you mean by it. It's just I've never heard it described in such a fashion. I actually think that was an awful defense for fnatic. When you have the two players doubled up in ladder room like that, it's not that you have to play passive, but you know that flank is part of the strength of that defense. So flusha pushing, Golden trying to get cute in the smoke over towards. I thought that was a very weird way of playing a defense when you have a setup that allows you to flank quickly, pinch the attack, and really just be a nuisance to them ever getting that bomb planted. So I think a lot of advantages from fnatic were given up in this round.
See. So he's going to throw that, he's going to shuffle around, and he's like, oh, here we go. Didn't quite walk into it, but yeah, I mean, it's certainly, you're right. I mean, you end up taking that fight that early on. It either works or there's no time for your flanking, you know, force to ever come in. That's definitely true.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind the push from flusha if Golden wasn't making that weird play around the smoke as well. Like those two combined were just odd. One or the other would have been fine, I think. Both of them just as awkward.
Well, it's going to get more awkward now because we have an AWP umbrella and an M4. That's what they saved from the last round, but that's what they have here. They don't have a lot of other stuff to really be working with. So I think that's fnatic's time in the limelight. Their time having fun on this map kind of coming to an end with the money running out, unless they can make this M4 and the AWP work. But otherwise, VP actually could have a pretty good first half.
Yeah, shockingly, with how this half started.
The scrawny
and then who knows
crowd.
when you switch side.
I was going to say the scrawny crowd are excited now.
Scrawny loving it. He's in his bedroom. He's in his PJs, cheering.
I bet he is comfortable waiting for his games to come up later in the day. Yeah, I'm sure he's having a pretty good time. Brolin has gone
tuxedo,
down.
denim pajamas.
Is that called that?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
The jean jacket, the denim jacket.
I didn't even realize. I'm not into the whole America versus Canada kind of, you know, warfare that's going on. Cultural warfare, as it were.
Yeah. It's an interesting relationship. It's a lot of fun. A couple players sneaking down these lanes. JW with an AWP has got to be worrisome if you're VP, especially that kill from Golden. That's going to funnel the hit towards JW, and he's got a chance here. Bit of a wide stance. Oh, you hate to see that. You absolutely hate to see it. JW is going to get it, but they've already crossed over into the bomb site. And even if he gets one kill, that position at Oil Train from Adren is so brutal. There's no chance that he could even build on anything. So timing is not the friend of JW in this round.
Even JW, when he came back from that kill on Sanji, he just ran like no one could have seen him from on top of the first train down there. And they definitely could have. So I'm noticing a couple of... You remember that previous round where they also went to B and he just walked in? And you were right, because flusha had heard the scoping, and JW still just sort of peeked into it. So I'm seeing a couple of moments here out of JW, and that could just be a result of the fact that he's been having a fantastic game, that he's like, you know what, I'm just not even going to care. But sometimes you have to care, Jason. It's important.
Yeah, it could be that he's having a good game and he's just kind of taking his fights. It could be trying, as I said before this map started, maybe trying to play fnatic back into being a confident team. It could also just be lack of communication. Like, we don't know. Maybe that communication is not actually passed on for whatever reason.
That could
or
be
it could be getting passed on, and as you said, they just don't care. There's so many things available, so many options.
I'm a big fan of those glasses on JW. I think it doesn't always happen, but yeah, some people, it's just, you know, glasses work for them. I had glasses for years, and no one told me that I looked stupid wearing them, so... Feel bad about that now.
Listen, LASIK is the best decision I ever made.
Yeah,
I was certainly not a glasses person. Nice opening kill from Yekindar. Crims against the wall. JW right here. Around the corner, Sanji spots it out, but he can't win the fight.
Yeah, that was a very cool move from Yekindar. Aggressive on his own, just trying to hit it. But Brolin is coming back alive again with the AUG. He's just become kind of a master at that. It's kind of cool to see. Her man up now. fnatic looking to see if they can take the last 2 rounds. If they win this one, there's going to be a pretty good bank on VP's side. They can still buy. JW actually going aggressive, and I don't know if you realize, but James is right around the corner. And let's see if he's going to take the swing wide enough. The gun barrel might show. Yep, JW knows, and he goes straight for it. Oh, man, the tip of that barrel.
This is the thing with JW, right? Like, these are the results when he does a super aggressive play where you're just like, oh, okay, well, I guess JW will just make those all the time, and he'll make it work. And so you have to take the good with the bad. He's been like that his whole career. Oh, good shooting from Kicker.
He's been on point, but he had no way to know where Brolin was in that moment. So triple for JW, and he continued the aggression. This is the other thing, right? If you encounter a CT down at Ivy that's going to be forward and he gets a kill on one of your players, you're not going to think, oh, he's going to keep pushing. But then he does. And then he gets another one, and he keeps pushing for a 3rd time. It's like, in the back of your mind, you're just not expecting that.
No, I mean, it is the hard factor. This has always been like one style of, or like stylistically why JW's been such a tough opponent over the years. Is when you're trying to make a decision as a player, you're thinking like, what is the smart decision for your opponent to make? And you're trying to counter that. Well, JW often makes the silly decision, but it works. Whether it's catching him off guard or a stunning shot. Kickard has another opening. Smoke to cover his flank from ladder room, but Brolin is standing tall, and he's not giving up any of the fights. Flush is going to come through. He's got an angle, and behind is Sanji making noise. One more for Flusha, transfers out to the AK.
Yeah, and makes his escape. That's actually a very, very smart move. I kind of wish Kickard would have kept going. I feel like his aim is on point this game. I actually want Kickard off the leash right now. It's going to be a kill on Yekindar traded there. Brolin also going down. Still a 2-on-3. More than a minute left. JW, really long angle down there. James is looking for him, but he might cross right in. He sees just a bit. Oh! I don't know. JW fired the gun, but nothing connected.
He stopped short. Stanza levels of stopping short. Good shot from Flusha. Good flank. Kickert was searching for that for some time, but Flusha was elusive. It's Jame in a 1 versus 2, and there's no saving here. It's the final round of the first half. A 4-round lead for fnatic, and Jame would like to chew into that just a little bit.
Oh, this would be an amazing clutch, wouldn't it, to finish the half with, if he could somehow come up with a 1-on-2, but realistically, 25 seconds, and that's really, I think, the main problem that he's dealing with right now. He's almost just going to have to run and put the bomb down and cross his fingers that no one is nearby, and then deal with the rest, because he's not going to find any one of them, and indeed, he'll be found by Golden instead. So 10-5 lead here for fnatic in the first half on Train. That's pretty impressive. I think they're going to be really excited about it. We'll see how it goes when we get into the second half, and that's going to be coming up right after the break. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back to the Betway aim challenge. We just finished off the AWP. I won that, and now up to the Deagle.
Oh my god! Sitting in window and camping there. Where is everyone shooting from?
One window.
The window. His window! Stop! He's dead! He's dead now though, 100%.
I hate spawning in seat spawn. Oh! Echo, what's up? Spam that video.
Running. He's running away.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Blast Premier, it's fnatic and VP. Jason, what did you learn from watching that Deagle movie? I know you have a sad relationship with Deagle yourself.
I actually try and avoid all those kind of Deagle deathmatch things, and yeah, Deagles and me don't get along. They've never worked for me, and I seem to have my hitboxes, I think, get bigger when opponents have Deagles, so I just don't mess with the gun.
Okay, blaming the Deagle.
I stay away.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Oh, they maybe could have rushed that. They're going to go upper instead. Kick it and Jam are quite far back. This is all about the B-bomb site. Golden's just a distraction out here, and what a distraction he's being. But inside of the B-bomb site, that is a very critical kill for Jam. Leaving it in a 3 versus 4. The bomb being planted quickly. Kick getting one more kill on Brolan. And actually, in spite of a very, very fast strategy here from fnatic, it looks like VP are in the lead. Sanji goes down. And what can they do with just the Glocks here? They're really being hunted. They've got nowhere to stand. They're all being funneled up against the back left side of the bomb site. Flusher trying to fight his way out, but again, there's 3 people coming from, 2 of them behind, and Kick It will take him down. VP win the pistol. That was some great shooting from the CT side there.
Yeah, it's on now. Now VP have a real shot at taking this. Scrawny's sitting up in his chair. He's pumped. He's excited. This is the second time. We saw it yesterday on Mirage, remember, Anders. The strategy on the T-Pistol on Mirage for fnatic was send Golden to A and attack the other bomb site. Here on Train again, send Golden out mid on his own, have him take a one-on-one fight, and attack the inner bomb site. So they're using Golden as a huge distraction in these pistol rounds. It almost works there. At least they get the plant. You're going to see a small buy, no armor, very little utility, but upgraded pistols. fnatic's going to buy in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and I like that idea because actually, now that you bring it up, I do remember, and Golden is actually usually really good at taking those box fights. So I think I want to see that happen more. It's just that one kill for Jame in there buys them, I think, not even just the man at lead, but it buys them the space VP to spread out and fan out for the retake. They don't have to worry about anyone being too close, and Kickard, found that 2nd kill over there, and it worked out really well. So big opportunity right now for VP to swing it back in their favor if they can survive this round, and surely they can.
Well, JW's got a pretty cheeky angle. And we'll see if the rookie forgets to check this as he walks by, and he will. That kill seals it. Oh, I don't know how he's gotten away. JW needs to be way more aggressive. Good job from Golden to clean the kill up. Now the bomb site is exposed. 2 players at the bomb train. Nice shot from Sanji, straight to the face of JW. 3 on 3, and Kicker might just seal things.
Yeah, that is a really nice kill coming out of Pop Dog there. And that also boxes them in, right? That means VP know kind of where they've gone. Although it is still a 2-on-2, So with 45 seconds, you could still just have some bad timing if you're VP. So I respect the fact that they're falling this far back and not sort of staying out where they're exposed. Sanji's low on health, man. This is a little bit worrying. And Kickit has got no head armor.
So is Crims. Yeah, it's a pretty even battle, actually. VP's playing this very well. Both of them centralized in CT connector and Z-Hulls. Crims is going to come down to the ramp, and this is a... Yeah, I mean, they have made a very interesting call, sandwiching towards this direction. Crims can actually get down, and Golden is clearing everything for him, but the timing, it's all down to that timing, and there's Kicker. Golden missed the shot. He missed the opportunity and the vision. Now he hears the footsteps, but that's the bomb on the ground, and it was just a matter of seconds. Sanji's gonna run away. He had the low HP, and that's a very narrow victory for virtuspro.
Ooh, I almost guarantee you that was one of Golden's teammates that called it out, watching his point of view, saying, oh, you saw him there's almost no way that it was himself, because it happened like 2 seconds later. He was so focused on something else. That was a close round,
well,
very
it's
close.
Just it's almost an impossible situation for Golden, right? Because he's trying to clear, ooh, look at this shot. Boop. He's trying to clear the bomb site and make sure that there's no CT that's going to stop Crims from coming in, so he cannot just stop and hold the choke point and Z. He has to actually move into the site and make sure there's no one playing, you know, back of Pop Dog, whatever it might be. So that's just a very tough scenario for him to deal with.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that was going to be a low percentage round no matter what, but wake-up call for VP if they weren't already aware. They've got a pretty tough opponent on their hands. Yeah, let's see. Scout on Golden, AWP on Jame, and somewhat limited on the grenades there on VP. Let's see how quickly they use them. I mean, if they're aggressive about using them early on, they're gonna run out pretty soon, I think.
And they don't even have a whole lot to kind of work with. You can see the odds there shifting more in the favor of virtuspro. I mean, more in the favor of fnatic, excuse me.
I don't know if that's
despite
reasonable.
The fact that VP had a relatively decent first half.
That looks a little bit skewed.
At least in terms of the actual scoreline itself. Good opening kill from Brolin, popping out of the smoke. He really has bought into this fnatic insanity very well.
Yeah, he's young and impressionable, and really good at aiming. It's kind of the perfect mix, isn't it? He's drank all the Kool-Aid. Kickit is right underneath Flusher at this point in time, but how do you check that?
I guess, well, here it comes. You check like it just like that, Anders. Just like that.
Thanks, Flusher, for the moment, for the education.
It's like one of those 80s PSA films, black and white, or from the 60s.
Exactly.
It's like, this is how you clear the inner bomb sites. Just peek straight down.
Thanks. I'll do that next time. I'll just walk in and shoot someone in the back. I learned a lot today. It's
11-7 in the favor of fnatic.
You know those memes where it's like, you know, what they teach you in class versus what's actually on the test, and they're just completely different things. They're not even close. Just several orders of magnitude more difficult than the actual test, but not for Flusher.
Not for Flusher.
That's not just a round that they win, but they only lose JW at least so far. VP saving the M4 and the AWP, that will help them some, but I don't know.
It's not pretty for their economy. I mean, this is where that second round for fnatic comes into play. All that damage they just did previously, bringing it down to just one player alive. Now they get to reap the rewards of that. VP is forced to buy up around the two weapons that are saved. That's a cool angle.
That's just very cool, isn't it? I really appreciate that.
We've gone sideways.
Production, having fun with the camera angles. It's fantastic. But yeah, that kill was all they really needed. Now we have 3 people from VP over at the B bomb site, pushing aggressively. Kicker leading the charge. Let's see if they can actually find the timing. Flusher, his gun barrel is showing, but he's back around the corner. Yeah, pre-firing. Crims wanted to help out, but he's going to get killed. Kickit again with a nice shot there. I want to see Kickit more active. I feel like he's been really good.
I want to see VP back away from this. They might just get this kill by virtue of low HP on Flusher, but this is risky. They had such a huge advantage, and this push, it's all on it now, especially because JW's got the flank. And of course, Flusher's going to handle business with 2 HP. couldn't take a single point of damage after the initial contact. That is impressive stuff. You can see him there on your screen. Casual, calm, collected, adjusting his headset. No big deal.
Yeah, not even worried a little bit. Yeah, they should have taken your advice, Jason. I mean, if they could have heard it. Falling back instead after that initial fight. They didn't, and it did cost them pretty much everything. Oh.
That's a stern gaze.
Wow, I wonder what will make you look like that. Oh, Flusher.
Getting shot in the face by a CZ.
That might do it. Realizing that Flusher is having an increasingly better game, but also that Brolin and JW are respectively at 23 and 21 kills. Again, it's just absolutely, utterly outrageous. They're playing such a crazy game right now, the Swedes. 13-7. Look, the kind of stuff that just happened, never mind that they just mostly had pistols, VP, but to stop that from happening more, you need more grenades, and that's what VP don't have. I mean, there's a lot of moments right now, I think, for fnatic to be able to take more of those kind of fights, either early or later in the round.
Yeah, you need grenades or you need an AWP to put a stop to that. James had his on the T-mid choke point, at least the start of the round. He's transitioned over. He's still going to be aiming in the same direction. And this time, 4 players outside, only Kickert inside, which... Not the best, the worst idea, I should say. I've just combined best and worst for some reason. Kickert, your strongest player so far in this map, just holding on alone. And that should make the outer defense very powerful, especially because James can just pivot in both directions. Yekindar is going to get aggressive, but JW is ready.
Yeah, that container apparently eating all of the flash, and he was just fine. Yeah, that's kind of my issue right now. I feel like Kickert is such a strong player, but he's being, he's being held back, and he was on the T side as well. I mean, not all the time, but I almost wish they would try and find a way to get him into more fights because he's winning so many of them.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 21 kills. He's been pretty active. I think the problem on the CT side is they can go away from him. Not so much on the T side, where you're right. Maybe he could have been used a bit more on the entrance. James is boxed in. He's trapped in old hell. There's going to be a Dren coming in from Z-Hall, but he's gone down, and James falls as well, 14-7. And now that fnatic have gained control of the economy, it's not good. There's only been 3 kills. Only 3 players from fnatic have died in the past 4 rounds.
Yeah, that I think is worth highlighting. Not a good trend, really, for VP. I think Scrawny will have to, I don't know, potentially face the reality that this might not be working out.
We really need to start coming up with punishments for predictions.
Yeah? How would you punish Scrawny?
I don't know yet. That's why I say we need to come up with it. Golden's gonna go down. Nice trade from Brolin. And Sanji desperately coming through the smoke. JW doesn't look like he's gonna clear this. So James will have an AK-47 to work with, but they know exactly where he is. And Yekindar has a frag. They know exactly where he is as well. And fnatic now have 8 chances to close out this map, and they're all rich.
They're so rich. Brolin has 60,000. That's a lot.
They're 1% rich.
Yeah, they're all the way up there. 23rd round. This we're requesting an 8th round comeback. So 8 rounds back to back with no mistakes really being made here out of VP. It doesn't seem doable. Have we seen much out of James? I feel like he's got 9 kills. He's had the AWP a lot. I feel like it's just not been doing much with it.
No, we haven't really had to call him out whatsoever. But I mean, that's the case with 3 of their players. Kickert's obviously playing well. Yekindar's having a decent game, all things considered. But man, when you think about the successes of VP and previously Avantgarde going back to the major, winning Moscow, you're thinking the revelation of Sanji as a player was incredible back in Berlin. He was supposed to be one of the next coming huge talents. He's really dropped off. Dren has always consistently been there. He's pretty much disappeared. James, we've kind of, gave him a shout out after Berlin, and we're like, okay, let's stop making fun of him because he's actually got some skills, but he's not putting them to use at all.
Not right now, I agree. Yeah, that's one of my favorite stories is James actually beating the meme. Like, he actually defeats the meme, which is great. I love seeing that, but We need to bring it back to that level once again. 4 versus 3, and fnatic gonna put the bomb down. Jame inside of the smoke. He wants to go through, I think, or at least he's gonna be fading in a second here. He's got some backup behind him. Oh, JW! I don't know if that was just a blind shot or if he actually saw just a leg. It looked like he might have there, but that's a 3-on-3. Flusher covering behind. Yakandar gonna be showing up. He does win the fight, but JW's found another one. He's trying to get a bit closer. He's got one chance and he misses it, leaving Golden alone. That bomb is down, but only for a couple of seconds. They have some time here, VP, if they want to get that defuse. No kit being picked up right now. It's one of the kills for Golden, and Yakandar now on the other side. Everything is on this. The grenade will slow it down, but it's such a lone defuse. Yakandar, it doesn't matter. He gets the kill, and they'll still lose the map. 16-7 fnatic with a really powerful performance here today.
Yeah, really powerful performance, and a lot of some of the early mistakes that we saw was just them really starting to feel it. So you have to be happy about that one. fnatic playing a very good game, and that is a convincing victory. Unfortunate for virtuspro, but I mean, we weren't really sure what to expect out of VP coming into this. This answered some questions that there's still a lot of questions to be answered with that team.
Yeah, what we realized is there are more questions down the road, so I guess that's kind of it. I don't know. Overall, I thought that was a fantastic game. Obviously, fnatic, really fun to see them at this level. We'll have a lot more Counter-Strike the whole day coming up for you guys, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome to London for week 3 of Blast Premier. We've got some top tier Counter-Strike coming your way.
The 100 Thieves and G2! Down now, 2 quick kills. They should not lose this game right now. This is not a team that yet has the pedigree to beat an AG.
It is Valentine's Day, guys, but what happens under the desk stays under the desk.
Dad and Dad, we're back together again.
So what we have to do, we will win this game. Team.